Relationship trauma. The invisible wound that's ruining your love life. You flinch when someone raises their voice, even when they're not angry. You apologize for things that aren't your fault. You interpret a neutral, okay, as rejection, and spend hours spiraling about what you did wrong. This is not you being too sensitive. This is relationship trauma, the invisible wound that silently dictates your love life. Sabotages intimacy and convinces you that love is unsafe. It is not born from one dramatic betrayal, but from the accumulation of small emotional injuries that teach your nervous system that love equals danger. 1. What relationship trauma actually is. Most people misunderstand relationship trauma. It isn't limited to abuse or overt betrayal. It's any emotional conditioning that taught you love is conditional. I'm only loved when I perform or please. Love is unpredictable. Affection comes and goes without warning. Love is unsafe. Vulnerability always leads to pain. For many, this programming begins in childhood. A parent who only showed warmth when you succeeded. A caregiver who withdrew affection when you expressed emotions. Or a partner who punished you for being too much or not enough. Each of these moments imprinted a lesson. Love hurts, love abandons, love rejects. Your nervous system, designed to protect you, stored these experiences as evidence that intimacy is dangerous. So now, even in healthy relationships, your body overreacts to perceived threats. Your partner's silence feels like rejection. Their need for space feels like abandonment. You're not crazy, you're conditioned. 1. The nervous system's role. When the past runs the present. Relationship trauma doesn't just live in your mind, it lives in your body. Your nervous system becomes hypervigilant, scanning constantly for danger. This means your reactions are no longer to the current person, but to every past hurt you haven't healed. Therapy often misses this subtlety. It treats trauma like a single catastrophic event, like PTSD, when in reality, relationship trauma is relational conditioning, built through hundreds of small, consistent emotional ruptures. Your body doesn't distinguish between then and now. Unless retrained, it continues reacting to today's love as if it were yesterday's. Threat. 1. Signs you have relationship trauma. Even if you don't think you have trauma, your patterns might say otherwise. Here are the hidden behaviors that reveal unhealed relational wounds. Overfunctioning, the fixer. You overgive, over-apologize, anticipate needs, and try to earn love by being perfect. It's not generosity, it's survival. You believe if you can keep your partner happy, you'll avoid being abandoned. B. Underfunctioning, the escaper. You withdraw, go numb, and avoid conflict. You equate closeness with engulfment, so distance feels safer than intimacy. C. Testing and sabotage. You subconsciously test love. Do they really care? When they prove they do, you pull away. Deep down, safety feels foreign, so you manufacture chaos to restore emotional familiarity. He mistaking anxiety for chemistry. Healthy people feel boring. Calmness feels wrong because you've been neurologically wired to associate excitement with danger. Reading neutral behavior as rejection. They're quiet. You assume they're angry. They're busy. You assume they're losing interest. Your trauma writes painful stories about neutral events, and you mistake these stories for reality. 1. Why you keep attracting toxic relationships. You don't attract toxic people because you're unlucky. You attract them because your unhealed wounds recognize theirs. Unhealed wounds. Toxic partner. Intermittent affection. Manipulative behavior. Familiar patterns. Emotional scars. This is called trauma bonding through familiarity. Your nervous system is magnetized toward familiar dysfunction, even if it hurts, because your body equates familiarity with safety. 1. The many faces of unhealed relationship trauma. A hypervigilance. You overanalyze texts, tone, silence, constantly, bracing for the next emotional hit. B. Projection. You interpret your partner's behavior through the lens of your ex or parents. You're not reacting to them, you're reacting to your past. C. Self-sabotage. When love feels calm, your body panics. You start fights, pull away, or test affection because peace feels dangerous. D. Repetition, compulsion. You choose people who hurt you because the pain is predictable. You reject healthy love because it's unfamiliar. The tragic result: you stay too long in what's bad and leave too early from what's good. 1. The path to healing. Rewiring the nervous system. Healing relationship trauma isn't an intellectual process. It's a somatic reprogramming. Here's how. Step 1. Name the wound and pattern. You can't heal what you won't name. Example. I have relationship trauma from my parents' divorce that taught me love disappears without warning. My pattern is anxious attachment and testing love. Awareness is the beginning of transformation. Step 2. Separate past from present. When you're triggered, pause and ask, is this person actually unsafe right now, or is my nervous system reacting to the past? This creates space between your trigger and your truth. Step 3. Reparent through opposite action. Do the opposite of your trauma-driven impulse. If you run from closeness, practice staying. Right arrow. If you people please, practice expressing needs. Right arrow. If you test love, practice trusting actions, not anxiety. Right arrow. Each opposite action rewires your nervous system towards safety. Step 4. Choose safe, not familiar. Stop chasing intensity. Start choosing consistency. Your trauma will scream, "This is boring," but it's actually peace. Stay long enough for calm to feel normal. Step 5. Honor the timeline. This is not a 90-day transformation. It's the slow reprogramming of decades of conditioning. Every moment you notice an old pattern and choose differently, that's healing. Healing often feels worse before it feels better because you're fighting your biology. But the discomfort is a sign you're breaking the cycle. 1. The hardest part of healing. The most difficult step isn't recognizing your trauma. It's staying in healthy love when your instincts tell you to run. True healing looks like choosing calm over chaos. staying open instead of shutting down, trusting consistency over intensity. It's terrifying because safety feels unfamiliar. But each time you choose peace over panic, you teach your body that love doesn't have to hurt. 1. The freedom beyond trauma. No one will heal your wounds for you. No perfect partner will fix your past. But once you heal, you bring a different energy into love, one grounded in safety, not fear. You stop chasing people who trigger your wounds. You stop mistaking anxiety for connection. You stop repeating the same story with new characters. Your next relationship can be the one where you finally experience real love. Not because someone saved you, but because you saved yourself. Final thought. Relationship trauma is invisible, but it's not permanent. You can retrain your nervous system, rewire your patterns, and rewrite your story. Healing doesn't erase the past, but it stops the past from running your present. The moment you stop repeating and start repairing, that's when real love finally begins.